successful, to reach financial freedom, to retire early, to do all the things we talk about here on One Rental at a Time. I'm here with Matt and Mike. I'm curious when I say something like this, because this is my goal in life, is to see if I can break people's brains. Can you think of anything you need to be bad at in order to reach financial freedom?
Well, I think Matt joked about it, so I'm just going to steal it because my brain didn't work as fast as his. And I think you're right. It's kind of kiss ass and climb the corporate ladder and internal politics and all of that stuff.
But what are you being bad at?
All of that, right? Being bad at that stuff.
Being bad at kissing ass, yeah.
Which means, because again, as somebody who lived that life, it didn't matter that I just took a product from 0 to 100 million. The fact that I created a situation where my boss literally hated me because I didn't give up about what was going on because I delivered the numbers, that eventually came back to bite me. And, rightly so, I guess, in hindsight, because I'd have fired his ass too because he was horrible. But, he was higher in the food chain and, whatnot. And, I got the axe. So, I think being bad at that is, something.
So you stole it and Matt guessed it. That's actually on the list. One of the things I want you to be bad at to be financially successful is I want you to be a bad employee. And here's why.
Yes.
I ran a business for 10 years. You guys were managers for 20 years in your business, in your industry, right?
Yeah.
If you have the employee who shows up, who buys a huge house, 2 cars with massive payments, and is constantly asking for overtime or what they can do to make more money, that's a great employee. They need their job.
There was a VP of sales that I worked with that encouraged all of their sales leaders to buy 740 BMWs.
Yes.
Like he would celebrate that to that exact point. Yeah.
A bad employee doesn't have the huge house, doesn't rack up the car payments, doesn't need the job. Right. I got massive raises at my job and promotions once they realized I was making more money from rentals than I was at my job.
Exactly.
I was a terrible employee. So I got rewarded with more income and a promotion. So that's one of the first things I'm hoping people learn to be bad at. Don't be the employee who needs their job because you're so good at it.
Okay.
Do you want to guess another one or let me throw out a list?
Spending money.
Be bad at spending money.
Yep.
I think that's on the list.
If you're bad at spending money, then you don't need the job. You just constantly have all these
because you're good at savings.
I want you to be a bad consumer. So that's bad at spending money.
Yep.
What do consumers do? If you get the big house, you got to fill it with big furniture. If you got the nice furniture, you got to entertain people. If you got you can't have you can't have your beater. I mean, Matt can. You have a beater in your nice house.
Several.
It's possible, but most people, they need the thing. So I want people to be a bad consumer.
That's a good one. Being a bad consumer. I like that.
Yeah.
You're guessing them right on. You want to guess another one or you want me to just let me know?
I'm my brain dead.
I would, bad consumer, not follow instruction. I would say, I would say if you want, I was admittedly, this was 20 years ago, so don't get all butthurt about it, but I was a bad coworker.
Really? I can't imagine.
True story.
Shock.
True story. Somebody thought that they were going to take a little bit of a victory lap on me. And so I let them have their victory lap until 5 o'clock when everybody was getting ready to walk out of the building. And I grabbed my couple massive purchase orders that I got. And I stood on a desk and I rung a bell, the sales bell. I said, I'd like to have everybody's attention. Scott has had an amazing day. And he raised his hand. He's like, oh, thank you for that. And I was like, but still not nearly as good as me. Here's 2 new purchase orders. I'm still number 1.
Yeah.
Suck it. That happened on a sales floor in Concord, Massachusetts in 2003. True story.
Okay, that's one we can add to the list. Be a bad student. I'm sure there's some way we can relate that. Matt, you're also a good example of one of these that's on the list. Is I want you to be a bad student.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you've got a master's degree. I'm just sitting over here with a PhD, right? I've got a public high school diploma, and Matt dropped out in the 9th grade.
It's true.
If we are good students, it is get good grades, go to college, get a good career, invest in your 401k, and retire when you're too old to enjoy it. So I want people to be bad students and step away from the school teaches you to be an employee and figure out how to put money to work.
Yeah, no, I love that one. Again, if you really go back and look at how the school system was built, it was Vanderbilt, right? Trying
Yeah.
to create employees, and Ford
Mhm.
and all of that. And it really hasn't changed, right? Go memorize and get used to, recess and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
To me, one of the most important ones is I want you to be a bad customer for
Okay.
credit cards.
Ah,
I
bad
want
customer
you to
for
be
credit
so
cards.
bad they call you a derogatory term. The best customers use credit cards. They don't care what the interest rate is, and they care about what's my maximum. How do I get maxed out and go a little bit below that so I can keep using my credit card? That's a really good credit card customer.
Yes.
A deadbeat customer for credit cards uses the cards, gets the cash back, gets the rewards, racks up the points, pays it off every month like Chesla does, or every day like I do, because my memory's not good enough to do it once a month. I just pay it off every day. So be really bad at being a credit card customer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't say this to brag, but I have not paid credit card interest in 35 years or however long I've had a card. Never have.
Been a bit, but I sure do like all their points.
Yes.
My cash back last month on my credit card was like $291. I'm like, that's for a month. I'm happy with that. I will.
Yeah.
Things I was going to buy anyway. I
Yeah.
could have used cash, could have used a debit card. No, I use a credit card. I use the Bank of America one. It gets you 3% back, and you get to change what the 3% is every month, whether it's restaurants, hotels. I would also like people to be a really bad banking customer. $22 billion in fees were made in 2020.
Oh, yeah,
This 4 years ago. It's probably worse now.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Billions and billions are done by overdraft fees, ATM fees, having an account fee.
Yeah.
Be a bad banking customer, have enough money in the account to where you get a free account, have a safety buffer so you don't overdraft, use a bank that reimburses you for ATM fees if you use a non-associated ATM with your bank. You can use planning for your banking to save a ton of money, because the banks count on us being good banking customers and paying for all of their stuff. A lot of times people focus on what you want to do really well. And if you really want to be a good customer, you would have overdraft fees. You'd be paying credit card interest. You'd have a car loan because you can. You'd have big stuff in your big house because you can. You would need your job because you're really good at it. I'm hoping people think about the things from our own perspective, where we get called kind of selfish. I want the points. I want the cash back. I want to own the car free and clear, instead of doing what everybody else is doing. So this is just kind of an idea of getting people to think outside the box a little bit.
No, that's a superpower of yours. You're always thinking of these riddles as teaching moments. And I love how you always do these, because again, you broke my brain with the question. I only got one right because I stole Matt's. Again, I cheated. That's how I got through high school. So, that's why I graduated, because I cheated. But Matt, where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and on Instagram. And that's where you can find me. And Thursday night, 9 p.m. on YouTube, we do a show. I just answer your questions. That's it. Wherever you're at.
That's amazing. Dion?
I only made it through high school because I flirted with my teachers. Mr. Stevens was really nice, though.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, where I do a live stream every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, even though I'm in a weird state with a time zone right in the middle of it, something I'm not used to. Go look at houses, and we were in different time zones like 4 times a day.
Very cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
Thanks, boys.